happy hour, and this is where we are. So I am very much hoping that we're going to finish today. I did move the parcels a little bit because I didn't want them interfering with the tree, and I did stick the glue on. I said it, I think, in the correction part, one of the correction parts of day 5, that I was going to be doing that. But this panel behind the tree is not fully in on one side. Maybe when we get the topping stuff on, that will change that whole situation. We will see. Right, so we started with step 61. Let's get a move on, because if we are looking to get it done, that's what we need to do. So we're going to start with this. Oh, off you go, lights, don't need you. Alright, although it's pretty dark in here, so we are starting on this side. It's quite tight because of all the wires and stuff, but let's see what we can do. So we're starting with the chandelier. So what we have to do is put this on like this, and this to hold it in. That's a bit confusing already. Okay, it goes on this side because there's 2 tabs to go in here. Okay, it's not very clear. D9, D17 is placed, that's this one, between 2 lamp wires and installed by D9. Is it now? So I think what we need to do is make this slightly longer then. So I'm going to take this out, hopefully without breaking it, so that we can push it in further without going through the wire. I found a better tool, didn't I? So I'm just going to push this through. So let's go through here a bit more, guys, and it goes onto here, and I think what they're talking about, where's the piece got here, is you put the ring around the wire so it goes in between the wires. Okay. Making a whole lot of sense here. And then onto here, I guess. So it goes something like this. Where would it go between the 2? Doesn't make any sense to do that unless we could do one on either side, but even then that would be a bit out there, wouldn't it? So I think what we'll do is we'll put them both in. Unless the whole thing's between them, but I can't imagine that at all. I don't know what it's talking about. Okay, it's further down, so you want to be on the wires themselves, and what you want is it just to be protruding down the bottom there, and then put in like so, and then that goes in here like this to hold it in, and then we put this piece back on. We don't want to pull it too far, like that, and this piece can go back in here between the 2 wires. This is a bit of a guess, really, but I think that's what they're talking about. I can certainly see the wire at the bottom, the bulb at the bottom, so therefore it makes sense. This is going to be too loose now, I don't want to hold. Okay, that's probably a little bit of glue on there. It's been out too many times, or it's in the wrong hole. In the wrong hole. Okay, let me get that done. Okay, didn't need any glue whatsoever. However, the bit here, Julia, this part does keep coming out, so let's, maybe it goes in from the side. Fingers and thumbs. Let me get it on. Alright, didn't need glue in, just needed pushing much further, and there's a little notch for the wire itself to go into, so that's what you're looking for. And that takes us, oh, we're still on 61. I had it down as 2 separate steps, and I looked at these, and these are all duplicated. Basically they're the same piece, really, duplicated a million times. So then what we're going to do is put these into, with these going upwards, this going upwards. Well, it's not easy, my friends. Okay, so I think they're all the same size. I think these go on here. You got one. Then you got the main one's going to go on here too. So depending where you want that. 2. With the bigger ones on the outside, it says. No, it doesn't. Bigger ones on the inside. 3. That's loose. Okay, let's put it on here then. So let's put the bulb through, I guess. Let's pull that wire up a bit more. I think you're pushing this through here. And then onto these 2 sides, like so. And then followed by the others going around, which I'm going to add a tad of glue to, and then I'll pull that wire tighter again. Gently, 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 and this will be the chandelier. And it's like it's got antlers or something on it. I'm sure it doesn't. That's kind of how it looks. And then let's pop those back in, because I don't think they can go all the way, because that wouldn't make any sense. Although why would it have the holes if it didn't? Maybe it does. I think it does. Take a moment to have a look at this then. Okay, finally got there. So, opposite way to what I was trying to do. You want the ant looking things going in these all the way in, which is still going to be a little problematic, but in as far as you can anyway. And it does go, but I can't see them all go into that unless we extend that more, which is possible. So just put them up the right way, bigger end going onto the inside, and then push it through. I had it upside down. And I think what we're going to need to do is push this wire in more. And I have this up. And so I hadn't fixed that in yet anyway, not permanently, but I think that's what it's looking for. And this one can go in between the two wires that we have going on, in order to hopefully get it in all the way. Not the easiest to do in reality, not with the wire there. Right, for the sake of time, let me get this done. I think I might need to turn the light on as well. It's starting to get a bit dark. Guess we got another storm coming in. So what I want to kind of do is just separate these wires in between the wires, pull this yet looser still. So it's right up there out the way, I think, and then we'll sort it out afterwards. I mean, that one's not fully in either, so try and go through these two wires. Okay. Well, and that'll hold it in place if that does nothing. It's quite the tight fit. Okay, so they don't go in particularly all the way, but they do go in. So maybe this, then we can put on. So let me get that back on and pull that wire. Alright, it's in as far as I can. I mean, it does look like it goes in further, but I can't get it in there. You might have more luck. Right, then moving on to step 62, we have this piece which is going into, there's 2 tabs back here, 3 tabs actually. That's well in, isn't it? And I'm actually really quite happy, and I checked the bulb to make sure it worked okay, and it was alright. Okay, let's get you in. Almost should have done it first, but it probably would have made the light even harder, even more difficult. I don't want to knock the light either. It's kind of cool. The ceiling for the main build is going to be like this, not the top of the model, but the ceiling. Okay, it looks like they've gone up through a fair chunk. I think they can go through probably a little more. I don't want to put too much pressure on. And then moving on to step 63, let me put this on the model as I pull the side away. I did say it wasn't on fully, didn't I? And you want the wiring to be fed through again, that area, if it's come out like mine did, through the little slot at the back. Both of them. Okay, and then we have 2 tabs, 1, 2, and that's all that's holding it in place by the looks of it. Look at how it looks. Okay, that goes in. Oh, there must be another tab. There's another one towards back here. There we go. Okay, alright, so this is what we have. Let's see. That's one bright bulb. Makes me wish that it was up a little bit higher, but I really don't want to be messing with that. I struggled quite a bit. It is what it is. It's a little bit bright for my liking, but without daylight, without light, look cool. Okay, Alright, moving on to step 64. Well, I've still got a little bit of daylight. We can pull this to one side. I'll be touching this for a moment. And we have another type of bookcase, and we are working on the far wall this time. So we've got one with tabs, that's this one, and these two I think are identical. And we're basically making 3 shelves. So got tabs front and back. Interesting. I don't know why. Oh, I see why. Okay, the tall ones are going to go on here. So I did right on the back of it. It's number 4. We're just going to go. Put this in here, and then number 5 next to it. Okay, which indicates to me that number 4 is the wrong side. Did go in easy. Okay, and then number 6. Facing the other way. Turn it around then. Okay, number 6 is in this one. These are not too bad to put in. And the last one, that's one down. This is step 64. Then on here we have some G's. So this is G4. How's it going in? Oh no, this is C anyway. Okay, I don't think it matters which way really, except for the direction it faces. So let's do 4 on this side. Don't know what these are actually. Maybe stockings? Lying down stockings at that. Maybe gift boxes? I don't know. 5. 6. 'Where's the last one? This one. Four, 5, 4, 5. That's right. This looks like it would be over the edge, doesn't it? Okay. I'm going to switch them around, I think. Otherwise it doesn't work. I mean, I'm sure it's symmetrical in my brain. It's just really not computing this very well. I'll get this switched around and I'll show you. Okay, and that's how it should look. I don't know why I can't do things the opposite way sometimes. And then we have C's. So let's get the first one in. And they are all different numbers. So this one's first. So let me put it facing me, and then I'll turn it. I should be alright then. I'm sure I'm not the only person in the world which struggles with directions on these models. If I am, I'm sorry. This is 4. I'm going to go in and then get it there. 4, 10, another 10. Use that one. It's interesting because I wrote a different number on the back, but I think it is it because I have very few parts left anymore. I don't really know what these are either. Canisters. Tins of some sort. And then lastly, this one. Okay, and then we move on to, so that's how that one looks. And they're just canisters of some sort. Then we move on to step 65. Let's see if we can get this right. So with everything facing forward, so we want 42 in. Okay, so I don't mark them because if photo is going to be obvious, it goes with the tab at the bottom. I don't know why I trust myself on things like that either. So that goes on the top. Okay. Followed by this one. Again, facing forward. Okay. And then finally these canister ones that we did last. Goes on here. C7. Did write on these. Okay, that's going to be the other side. And these are just plain, so it doesn't really matter. One has the tab, so one of the tab goes at the bottom. Okay, so your tabs on this side's going forward and this tab will be going backwards, which we'll put in last anyway. And this top one has top, front and bottom on tabs. Okay. And then this goes on with the tab towards front. Interesting that this is plain. One piece. Nevertheless, it still has a plain side. And I think it's meant to have it on the inside. Oh man, change that. Basically what you're after is the unpainted side to be outside on both sides here. I haven't put the top one back in. I'll just concentrate on these ones because this hasn't been used this side yet. We know things can be tricky. Right, let's make sure the tab's in the right direction, towards the bottom. This one really doesn't want to go home. Okay, let me get that in. Okay, and then on the top, we'll get this one. been better putting these pieces on after it was constructed. But I think okay. And then with tabs going forward, backwards. This one. As I say, direction sometimes is pain for my head. And it is what I get for not marking those sides. Of course, I'm thinking, you can tell the difference, you probably won't need to even know. Okay, that's in. Moving on to step 65, we have this going to go in, which is what those tabs at the front were for. Makes, oh, how cute is that? That decor. That is awesome. So it just hits these two at the front, oh, and two at the top as well. Line up. We should not have any problems getting this in. There we go, nice and easy. And then we have some decor to put on. Give it our 3D effect. So we have here, so we can see what it's going to be. We're going to have a wreath, two wreaths, almost like a triangle shape. Don't know if I had a wreath which was triangle shape, if I'd be happy. Maybe it's a new thing. Probably a little outdated on my thoughts here. Okay, and then we give that a moment. But this ends this page, which is page 30, and then I still hope to finish. It's getting a bit close now. All that light business was a little bit painful and took a bit longer than anticipated. But let's get 68 going once it's had a chance to take. Okay, on to step 68, which involves this. Our back wall, which has a accordion piece here for our battery box, so go careful. And we are going to put in these on here to do with the chimney. Are they symmetrical? I believe so. With the colours facing outwards. So you want the bigger ones, you've got 4 to put in altogether. So I did write on the back of this. So 44 goes in this one goes here, making sure your decorations on the outside, and these are both the same number. So then this one, I wonder why they did it in 2 pieces. Oh, it goes across. Oh, okay, I think it goes across. Hold on. Tricky for me to see. No, I don't think it does. Is that an angle though? Oh, I see. So it's slightly slanted outwards. It looks like a chimney shape. I can get you in there, honestly. It's like, no, we haven't had enough coffee this morning. Dogs are waiting to go out. I have my Christmas jumper on. It's a bit tatty because I'm going to be going out later. And then we have this one going to go in here. So just make sure it's the right way up. And we line that up. It should, don't put pressure in the wrong places, be relatively easy to put on. Relatively. Oh, let's do this bit. Hey, I'll become unglued. And that was done last night, so it really did have plenty of time to stay on. Okay, I thought I'd try and get this done before I go out. Okay, so I'm using B7000, it's a little quicker to take. Oh, alarm, sorry. Don't have alarms, I wouldn't make anything. Okay, I feel like when I put it on yesterday it was in a much better position than it is now. Okay, then we take our next one and we're going to put this on. We are now on step 69. So I'm going to put the chimney on like so. And I can get it on. There we go. And what else are we doing? Oh, we're playing with the music box. So they say to put this on and then take it off. So they say do it anti-clockwise. Can't do it whatsoever. They have all this as a colour white, by the way. This backing board, which obviously it's not. Okay. I always have trouble threading these. I'm sure there's a tool to make this job a little easier for me. Okay, let me get that threaded and taken off again. Okay, well, I can't get it on, but I'm going to do it afterwards. So, we want to put this through, making sure that this cog is towards the bottom, and it goes through here. Then it does provide 3 screws. It's the only bit that is provided more screws than we need. So there's a couple of holes here, one over here, one there, and we want to put these screws in. Wow, I don't even have a screwdriver ready. What do you know? I was mending something yesterday and I had this out and then promptly put it away and forgot to leave it out for this step, but that's okay. I'm still very confused by how this mechanism works in what we've got going on. Okay, so let's get the screws in so I can get it started. And same with this one, and then I'm going to deal with the peg in a second. Sure. Hands are a bit shaky, aren't they, today? It happens. I'm going to go with I need some cake. And that's what I'm going with. Okay. Get that in. I'll deal with that thing in a minute. But now what we want to do is put it on again, anti-clockwise. Mine's just the threading of it. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's me. Then we take this piece and it's going to go, so we've got this for the battery box, it's going to go through, where? Through here. Oh, it's the handle. Okay. I was wondering what it was for. Okay. So, put that on the back and that's going to be a catch for the back of it to stop it keep opening. That's kind of cool. And followed by this little one. This one here. I'm trying to match up our patterns. So I'm going to match if it's not upside down, I think. Oh, no, I got it. Of course, you don't want to put too much pressure on this because it is an accordion piece. this on upside down? I don't think so. Oh, it does make me think I may have. Let's have another look. Let's see. Okay, that matches. I'm going to get this done before I go out. I think it'll be quite soon afterwards. Right, I'm going to get this on. Okay, that went straight on. Okay, that catches on like that. Stops the door opening. Let's leave it like that. And we have new Christmas music. Right, next we are going to be putting it on the model. Shh, go off now. So, first of all, it wants us to take our switch. Go on, you've been going on very happily all this time. Need to put our box in the back here too. Did this really all come out that hole? It did. Well, I think we need to sort that. So let me go and sort all this wire. So I think all of these wires need to be going through this hole here too, including this one, so which I did not do. So I don't even know how I could have done that beforehand. Alright, let me get that sorted. Okay, which was actually easier said than done, because this one, which I've taken that thing off and I need to find it again, I can't do because it's the one with the light on the top. So before you do get a light there, maybe try and put it through that hole. So I'm going to have this one not going through the hole, unfortunately, and I don't know a way around that at all. Not only that, it's all caught up. Well, I'm not actually sure how I can deal with that. I've tidied this up-ish. It's quite a pickle. So I think what you were meant to have done, and I did not, was put it through this hole here as well when it went up. So I've been able to do it with this one. That was easy enough to do, but I can't do it with this one because it now has that light on it. You then go and pull this one, your switch, your touch switch, through here. So that one I was able to do no problem, and it is just really is this one here which is going to show on that outside. So hopefully it won't get too pinched. Or maybe I'll just cut a little segment in here. I think I'll do that. Okay, I just chipped this out a little bit more. You're not going to see it anyway. And it holds then all the wires in place. This one I'm not sure how long you want it. I'm guessing it's going to be touch switch from the front here. Just make sure everything works. Okay. And that's going to go in here. Right, next then we will be putting this back on. So why is there still such a pick on back here? I don't like it like that. And I'm trying to hide these as much as I can underneath the bulb so that they don't get all over the show. And I don't want to push them any further into the bottom there because I don't want it to interfere with the cogs. Okay, and then we pop this on, so happily with all the wires in spots. And we want to make sure that this part here goes in between here, and there is a channel for it to go down to. It's exciting really, isn't it? And hopefully it's enough to catch it. This side. This is the side that's, if there's any side that's giving me hassle, it's this. Okay, and then we have a handle to open this. So I was thinking, okay, that doesn't work. I can see that getting broken, by the way. touch switch up here. Okay, that works. Alright. Okay, so that was step 71, by the way. I'm going all over the show. Then we are putting the top on. And where are we putting that touch switch? Touch switch is going to go where? One of the sides by the looks of it. Okay. This feels like it's on. It's definitely pushed away from it there. Okay. I don't know where the touch switch is going. Got to glue it. It's going on the side without the windows, so over here, and it's going up here. Okay. Like so. How can it do that? It's not deep enough. Or is it going on the... maybe here? I think it goes on here, so we glue it to here. The touch switch. Okay. How's it going? Merry Christmas. We'll go to the front. So onto here like so. It says to glue it. Okay, I'm going to use some double-sided tape. Actually, we will glue it. So we want the switch itself going outwards, but I don't want this touching it. So the wires are coming from here, so it's at the back corner. So just put some on here. And now for the wire. See if my directions are nice to me. I should use my Bondic, and it's not like I don't have it. Let me go and do that. Okay, it was everywhere that it was somewhere that was much more handy to me than I anticipated, I guess. So all you do with Bondic, if you've ever used it, is you can go over your wires, and then it has like a UV that makes it dry quick. And because this is not going to be shown, then we should be alright. I'm just going to run it along here, and I think we'll be okay like this. When I get more out, that's a new one, so we should be okay. I used to use this all the time, and then it does leave a yellow tint to it, so then I stopped using it so much. But for this, where it's not going to actually show. Haven't used it for a bit though. Oh, need some height on this. Come on. Not getting as much out as I should. It's brand new. Okay, quick job this was meant to be. still don't like that that's on the move, so I think I'm still going to put some glue on it. Where's the circuit? I think it'll be okay here. Soon find out. I can get the lid in. I need to look at obviously what's stopping this bondit coming out so well. Okay, let me give that a moment. I'm going to grab some tape for it too. Okay, and then once you're happy with it, it's working. Does it work from the outside? No. Damn it. Okay, need to turn it over. Guess I should have realised that, huh? And all my bondit came off anyway, so there went that idea. It's definitely not as sensitive. Interesting. Kind of just slightly off of the circle, which is it's more where the wiring is than the little dot. Interesting, but it's there. So mine is lining up to where the wires are, so that seems to be the push point. How weird. Okay, and then get your lid on. No wires being pinched. And that's what we have it looking like. Oh, now it works. Okay, works in the right spot now. How weird. Right, lastly for this model is our front cover, which is going to go into the bottom here. These side tabs on both sides, nothing at the top. However, this one will go on the top, so do they want this in first? It doesn't really say. It says Christmas shop on both sides. Oh, it goes all the way in. Oh, I see. There's some tabs underneath as well you want to catch. So, we'll do that. And it's best to do this first then, I'm thinking. Because when you put that front on, with the tabs at the bottom, no plastic in front of it. It was kind of disappointing. I wonder if there was an option to have some. I don't recall seeing one, but it is very open. And there, my friends, is our Christmas shop in hell. Delightful is that. So we will set this up, see if we end up with some music. Nice. Let's get you scrolled out. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, how cute is that looking? That absolutely looks amazing, doesn't it? But the question is, what happens when we do the music? So before I do that and show you I'm going to show you that right at the end because I don't like talking over the music. Let me show you what we have coming up. We are going to be doing the Roker Gravity Swing. I don't think this is a new model. I think it's actually quite an old model. So we'll be doing that next time, followed by another one where I need to get some paint on it. I was going to do that one next, but I haven't got around to painting it yet. So anyway, any comments are very much appreciated. Always get back to you. Please do like and subscribe if you have not already, so that you can be updated of any content. How cute is that? in to see through that window. It's a nice big window too, and even the decor all at the back looks beautiful. And this side as well, you can see. But of course, this is the part you can see the roof, seeing all those stars and things, and that very bright chandelier. So let's see, what do we have? All right, let's get it going. And we have a moving tree. Glad I glued it down. How awesome. It's a very slow tree, which is probably good. How beautiful is that though? Alright, I hope you've enjoyed this build. Thank you very much for joining me. I will see you again for the Roker swing one. Do take care of yourselves. I only round it up once, by the way. Alright, take care guys. Bye bye.